Hey there, it's Tanya Peluso, and it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. We're going to do some truth-telling. I went to Marianne Williamson for the 4th of July weekend. I went to see her Course in Miracles, and it was unreal. Just getting present to, oh my God, so much. My intention coming in was that I start to see every single person for their greatness, coming from love and compassion, no judgment, no assessment, like really just loving everyone. And I felt like a lot of judgment towards a lot of people recently. And more specifically, I just want to share with you this story today, that there's been a couple people who have just really come to me wanting to take. And, you know, what's in it for me? What's Tribal Truth doing for me? What's my membership doing? And it just felt really, really confronting. And I went into this judgment of, you know, I would just want to give and as much as I could, and you know, just say, okay, let's do this, and how can I help you, and how can I support you, and then not feeling the acknowledgement for the connections I made, for the effort that I put in, and just not feeling like it was ever good enough. And then not feeling socially accepted, which was really, really interesting to me, where I just felt like I wasn't receiving in return and that this person wasn't giving me anything in return. And here's what I got that was so life-changing for me and just really altered my perception, is that I was giving in order to receive. So I was really putting on the martyr hat and saying, you know, I'm going to be the savior for these people and give them the resources and put the tribe behind their dream. And, you know, it was really just became all about me and that I was expecting something in return. Well, that's not generosity. That's not being of service. So here I am judging these people for wanting to take and wanting to receive. And yet I'm not giving authentically from a place of selfless generosity or selfless service. And then here I am playing the martyr and then switching to the victim when I'm not getting what I want. And to be able to see that and to see the mirror, right? So of course they're going to show up as seemingly takers and wanting to receive, because I am mirroring exactly that. I'm not just giving just for the sake of giving. I'm giving in order to take back, and not feeling, you know, my ego saying, well, you need acknowledgement. I shouldn't need acknowledgement. If you're really coming from a place of generosity and giving, you should not need any acknowledgement. And I actually learned this in the 2-year program that I was in, called the Team Management Leadership Program, of like, really, what does it mean to cause leadership in the world? It's not looking for credit. And so this change in perception really allowed me to come from compassion and to come from love for these people and to accept them for exactly where they are. So now I can make a choice. I can, when someone comes to me, choose to be of service. And here's the thing, I'm not helping them. I'm not being of service to that individual. I'm looking at their purpose, their mission. I'm not contributing to this person. I'm contributing to the dream. And I have to get back to what the commitment is. What is this cause, or what is this mission that I am supporting? And then I can freely choose if I want to put my personal effort into that. And then what's more important is that I don't have to do it. You know, just because I created this organization, because I created the tribe, doesn't mean that I have to be the tribe by myself. And that's the pressure that I was putting on myself, is being the martyr, is inside of like, I have to do it all. I'm the tribe. No, it can simply be that I connect these people who come to me with the right resources, which is exactly what Tribal Truth is all about. It's not about an individual helping another individual. It's about a tribe. It's about the whole group getting together and getting behind someone's dream. So this just provided so much freedom for me. And so much love and compassion was cultivated inside of me that I can now have a new relationship with these people and accept them and say, you know what, if you want to take, awesome. We've got plenty to give, and we're not going to expect anything in return. So fast forward, Sunday night, I go to a sweat lodge in Rincon Indian Reservation. And this was my second sweat that I've ever done. And so I'm furthest from the door with one of my girlfriends, and we're sitting there furthest from the door. And she starts vocalizing with the fear that was coming up in me of like, oh my God, we're furthest from the door. And we're getting really, really claustrophobic, and we're having a lot of fear that's being generated. So they open the doors, and then one of the other girls has tetany in her hands and is just in a lot of pain. And I'm like, wait, this isn't what the sweat's supposed to be like. We're supposed to be actually closing the door and suffering and getting through this. And I'm like, no, wait, this is my lesson again. How can I have compassion in this moment for myself, for having my freak out moment, for my girlfriend right next to me who's also feeling that fear coming up about being furthest from the door, and then the girl next to me who's in like this physical, like extreme pain. And at that moment, when I was able to get back to that compassion and see them for who they were, as my sisters we were all in this together. We were one tribe in this sweat lodge, that I can just fully give my love and my support for them in that moment, and for myself, like to really say, you know what? I don't need to muscle through this. I don't need the door closed. What am I trying to prove, right? Just because I'm in the sweat lodge doesn't mean we have to do it the traditional sense. Maybe the door's supposed to be open. Maybe this isn't supposed to be the way the sweat's usually supposed to be. And I was able to let go of all of it and just be present and just stand there with my sisters in exactly the position that we were at. So just want to leave you with a couple things that I learned this weekend, 3 things. One is that everyone is given their own individual curriculum in life. So when you're starting to judge someone for where they're at and they're not as evolved as you, just to get that they are on their journey and that it's perfect exactly where they are and exactly where they're not. The second thing is that each person that comes into our life, each relationship is an assignment. So the people who bug you the most, the people who drive you nuts, they're definitely there to teach you a lesson. So to embrace that, right? Oh my God, well, this person's triggering me. Great, what am I supposed to learn? What's the assignment right now in my curriculum of life? And then the last thing is when we start to think that there's something wrong with someone, or they're misbehaving, or they're toxic, that was the example in the course, that it's not about their behavior. It's about you changing your perception about the behavior. And it's really coming from this place of like, how do we love everyone, but it doesn't mean we have to be friends with and like everyone. So hopefully this gave you some freedom to choose compassion today. That's the theme this week is let's just love everyone for who they are and to come from love and compassion for all human beings. So please join me in that, and please leave a comment below and tell me what you got from today's lesson, from today's story. And I can't wait to talk to you and do some more truth telling next Tuesday. Namaste.